Hi, I want to show you how to back up a database so that you can share it with other team members. I have the magnifier lens on because PgAdmin 5, I can't seem to make it zoom. So what I'm going to show you is basically how to create a backup and then copy that backup to other people. So you can't share PgAdmin even though it's a web page because it's local to your machine, right? The only way you could share it is if you were to put it onto AWS or Azure, which is doable, but not what I would have you do right now. So over here, I have the databases. You can see it in the Zoom. And I have the farm co-op, and I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to come down, and one of the options in there is to back it up. All right, so I'm going to give it a file name. I'm going to call it C. This is for Windows. I think I can actually, let's see if I can do, if I click here, it goes to where I've been saving them. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to say farm co-op. And it will save it as, I believe, an SQL file. But just to be sure, I'm going to give it SQL. So I'm going to create that file. All right, the format needs to be plain. That'll turn it into SQL. Don't need to worry about the compression or the encoding. Don't need to worry about the number of jobs or the role name. But I do need to go to dump options. All right, so we want the pre-data, yes. Pre-data is like the table definitions. Probably want the post data, although that's not as important. So we got yes, yes, and yes for the data. We want blobs, yes, although we don't need that. We don't want only schema. All right, there's more stuff here. So if you scroll down, we don't need any of this. So those are fine. Let's scroll down a little further because there is a couple of things. We want to use insert commands. We don't need to include create database statement, although you can. All right, so having said all of those things, so let's go through those again real quickly. This is in the dump options. We set pre-data, post-data, and data to yes. Blobs are yes, that's fine. We scroll down. I know this is probably disconcerting with this zoom. But you couldn't read it otherwise, I don't think. Nothing in the middle area. But at the bottom, we want to make sure that, actually nothing there, but we want to use insert commands. All right, and then we can back it up. And it says that it is successfully completed. Couple of notes. On a Mac, you might have problems with permissions. If you are signed into the database as Postgres, Postgres will not have permission to write to your machine. So that is something you might have to play with. But it shouldn't affect it if somebody else does it, that you could run it. All right, so there's data in here, right, in the thing, and we backed up all the data and etc. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to actually close the farm co-op. I have created a database farm co-op 2, and if you look down here, it has no tables. All right. So on the farm co-op 2, I'm going to create a new query tool. And I am going to open, and again, if somebody sent you this, you could do it. And I'm going to open the Farm Co-op SQL. I'm going to select it. Notice it has the dump and all of that up there. I'm going to pull this down so you can sort of see a little bit more. It's not important that you go through all of this stuff, but it basically creates the tables and then it will insert the data. So if I run this, you'll see that it successfully did that. If I come down here to tables now and I right click and refresh, and then if I click it again, you'll see that it has all the tables that the first Farm Co-op had. And if I do a new, let's just do a new query window on here. New query tool. And if I do like a select I'm just going to do select star from address, which is the first table. There you can see it. I'm going to run that, and you'll see that the data has been copied too. So basically what you want to do is back up the data, give that backup file to anybody in your group that wants the database. They can create a new database called Farm Co-op or whatever. It doesn't have to be two. I did it on two because it's on the same machine. And then they can run this script and have a complete copy of the database with the data. All right, so that is I'm going to quit the Zoom. That is my video on data backups.